Wildcats. You gotta watch out. The Tigers, they do a lot of things. And that includes keeping their skill position players in the punt. That's Tupanillo back there, just 9 yards deep. You'd expect to see a punt, but just in case. And it's going to be a fake over to the far side. And look at that. The guy who dropped the ball earlier, Micah Manning, comes up with a massive catch and run. The screenplay results in the 22-yard gain for a first down, leading all the way to the Wildcats' 35-yard line. Now the Wildcats on their heels a little bit. The shadow starting to come from the far. Sorry for folks if I was muted there. Welcome back to the ball game. 8:40 here to play in the opening quarter. Massive fourth down conversion there. Micah Manning getting into the Wildcats territory. We got another quarterback in. This one's Ryan Belt under center, the handoff. And the Blue Springs defense doesn't allow Landon Willis to get anything. And that defensive line, you talked about them, Colin.
Landon
their
Willis
ability to stop up the run game, and they did it right there.
Yep, you have some great players right away. You're going to have that D end right away on the weak side, Nick Henderson. And then you're also going to have that strong nose guard at 99, Simi Sullivan. Huge guys and making great tackles already at the top of their tackles with Nick.
And that was Christian Mendez coming up with the stop there. Now we're back to Pearsall at quarterback. Split back in the backfield with him out of the shotgun. Two receivers down to his right. It's another handoff. This time it's going to be Micah Manning, the guy who just picked up the fourth down. He's going to lose 4 yards on the rush, and that defensive line there again, you just mentioned him, Simeon Sullivan there for the stop for the Wildcats, and it's going to bring up another third down and 10 here early on. And the Tigers have answered the bell so far. Let's see if they can do it. 7:32 here to go in the first quarter.
Well, they got a lot better field coverage than last time. They made a great conversion of that last one, too.
So it's Pearsall out of the shotgun. Student section for Blue Springs fired up. Split back. Now we have some motion. Manning. He drops the snap. Still is able to get off the screen. That's going to be Ryan Belt up the middle. Able to pick up 7 yards. Bring up fourth down and 3. You got to believe this is 4-down territory. They're at the 29-yard line. Clearly they've shown some guts early on. Fourth down and 14 from their own side of the field. Got a first down. Fourth down and 3. Looks like Pearsall is going to be the quarterback. He's going to send Belt, Manning, and yet to hear from Jaden Moore down here on the bottom side of your screen. So it's an empty backfield. Pearsall, the handoff. Nope, he fakes it. And it looks like he's going to be able to get up around the 23-yard line. That's a first down. 6:25 here to go in the first quarter, and that is 2 fourth-down conversions for the Tigers.
And they're doing great running down the clock right in the first quarter with 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Here to keep on seeing switching the quarterbacks as well, so it's really cool to see that in an offense on a high school level.
So a first down for the Tigers. Pearsall looks like he's going to be the quarterback. We'll see if it stays that way. Ryan Belt in the slot position in the left, almost playing a wing back. Pearsall, the pump, looking right, throwing it on a screen. A flag comes out, and that's Micah Manning making the catch before going out of bounds. There's a flag. I believe there's going to be some sort of holding or block in the back over on that side. And it's an illegal procedure. That'll back them up another 5 yards. Now for them, they've had some early penalties.
Yeah, a lot of penalties for the start. You're right on that. But they have the 2 conversions and doing a great job making sure they're going to keep the ball going down the field. And staying in bounds. Look at the clock going down. It's really quick already.
Yep, scoreless here in the first quarter. Just under 6 minutes here to go from Bud Herzog Stadium. Neon night over there for Lee Summit students. Sun's starting to go down now. It's at the 50-yard line if you're joining us. Expected to go down around 7:27, so we got 16 minutes left of sunlight here. It's getting better, though. Looks like Belt is going to take the snap under center. Tupanillo and Landon Willis behind him in the I formation. And it'll be a fake. Belt
My mic's better switch. I can hear myself way better. Okay.
All right. So working through some technical difficulties here in the press box. Hopefully you guys able to join us. 5:54 here to go in the first quarter. Blue Springs on its heels, defending its own honor. It's second down 13 from the 25-yard line. Lee Summit, no problem on a couple of fourth downs so far. It's interesting watching the play calling, Colin, because you have three guys that can take snaps. Pearsall looks like he's going to come in now. You have another quarterback over there, Ryan Belts, in the inside position at the top of the screen on the wide side of the field. Just a lot this Tiger offense can do. Out of the shotgun, split back. Landon Willis going to get the handoff left. And another great stop by the Wildcat defense. That time, Nicholas Henderson leading the way for the Cats. Some defensive substitutions now as 3rd and 10 comes in. You see a lineman come out.
And a great linebacker running there, Colin DeShizo, running down there and getting that stop right on the line for 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 now. So far, so good for the Tigers on 3rd down, or I should say not so good because it's taken all the way to 4th down. You got to believe this is 4th down territory again. Tupanillo out of the gun. Got a running back left, and there's going to be a timeout. Something Eric Thomas didn't like over there for Lee Summit. So that'll give us a chance to reset here. So far, Blue Springs has not had the ball. It's been a great drive by Lee Summit. The sun's starting to go down, so thank goodness there. Thanks for joining us on 810varsity.com. Jonathan Plastic on the call, Colin McCage doing the color analyst tonight, and the great camera work. Beautiful stadium, beautiful night. The sun's starting to set behind a water tower. Lee Summit High School over to our left. We have a packed press box as well, so thanks for joining us. Spending part of your Friday night here in Northwest Missouri. Using some high school football. Everybody enjoys it. And the packed stands over there. This is an interesting setup for us, Colin, because we're on the visitor side of the field. It's where the press box is. So we're looking at the home band and the home audience watching their team go out and fight.
At least the sun's finally going down. We're going to get some better camera shots for sure. That was a big thing at the start of the game. We can barely see numbers. You can see the ball because it's eclipsing the sun. That's about it.
So here we go. It'll be a 3rd down and 10. Pearsall looks to be the quarterback. I don't want to say for sure because you never know with this Tiger offense so far. Pearsall with Tupanillo behind him, looking right, throwing right, and just threw behind his receiver. That was Jaden Moore going to be the intended receiver. Pearsall not happy as he leans back, but going to bring him another 4th down, Colin, and they've been comfortable so far on 4th down. They're at their own 22-yard line.
They have, and it looks like they're kind of stuck up there at that 4th down. They think they're going to go for 3. I'm pretty sure they might be switching out their line. Yeah, they are. So
that'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt for Jacob Moracek. We saw him hitting some good ones in warm-up, so we'll see. Ryan Belt, the receiver/quarterback, the holder. Moracek, kick is up, and looks left. No good. The Blue Springs defense holds true. And so the Wildcats will get their first chance on offense, and you got to love the effort there if you're head coach Kelly Donahue for Blue Springs.
Oh, for sure. Great job by their defense. There's a lot of penalties, and also a great job by Lee Summit. Make sure to keep the ball moving. Great fake on that really far 4th down. You should make sure that they punt, but knowing Lee Summit, they like to go for it, and they went for it, and they got that 1st down.
So Kobe Mansfield's going to be the quarterback for Blue Springs. And he's been a guy that has not necessarily thrown the ball a lot. 67 total passing yards on the season. But, man, can this team run the football. 768 yards of total rushing, and they can do it in 3 different ways, quarterback and a couple of receivers. And already a flag before the first snap for the Wildcats. That's an illegal substitution. 12 men on the field. That'll back them up 5, and now they're at the 15-yard line. They're going the wrong way, Colin.
Yes, they are. A little rocky start, but like you said, that 700 to 7. That's a 1 to 10 for rushing to passing. That's a crazy statistic to see even from a high school level, how much running game you're going to see. You can also probably see that from Lee Summit. They're going to be pulling down their safeties, making sure to try and stop it at the line.
So Mansfield with a couple of guys, an end around here That's going to be Oman Muhammad. No, pardon me. It's Cooper Willick on the end around. I apologize. Had the wrong roster there. Pickup of 5. And it looks like they're going to go a little triple option there, Colin. We said multiple guys can do the running for him. Looking like Air Force out there so far. Kobe Mansfield under center again. Same formation, bringing across a wing back, and that's going to be great defense there. Stopping it up. Tigers hold strong. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. It's going to be Avion Bailey. Bailey's been the workhorse for them so far this season, and you got to like what you see out of Avion.
Oh, we do for sure. He's a great running back, and you'll see him constantly called out tonight.
So he lines up behind Mansfield. A couple of wing backs. And a quarterback sneak. He bounces it outside. Don't see that often. Picks up the 1st down. Kobe Mansfield using his old noggin up there and brings up, gets a 4-yard pickup, I should say, and a 1st down for the Wildcats.
A great read by the quarterback, making sure to bounce out right there. He saw the line stop. There was no drive and had that read just to make sure to bounce out real quick. Very smart by him.
So Blue Springs going to the wristband offense. Can't imagine there's a ton of variety there so far. Gotten 3 run plays. So Mansfield hands it off to Bailey. Bailey around the right side, a little hop skip, and he's still on his feet, bounces it out across the 50. Now to the 45. A couple of defenders around him. He brings it down all the way to the 30-yard line. That's going to be a significant pickup there. 37-yard pickup for Bailey. And you can see why Bailey's so special. He kicked it out to the outside, able to get into Tiger territory. Now they're cooking with hot grease. 3:35 here to go. We're scoreless in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us on the 810varsity.com. Jonathan Plassick, Colin McCage here with you. Sun's finally going down behind the water tower. It's a beautiful scene here. Mansfield fakes the pitch. And that's going to be a handoff to Jelani Miles. Pardon? Jelani Miles? Okay. Thank you. I'm getting Nick Wood. I apologize. That's Nick Wood there in the backfield. So Blue Springs now under 3 minutes here to go in the first quarter of play. I do apologize. That was Nick Wood getting the handoff last play. Bailey on the counter play, and good defense there. A nice stop. Tyler Perry there for the stop for the Tigers. Bring up a 3rd down. It's tough now whenever you deal with a rushing game. 67 total passing yards on the year. See if Mansfield goes to the air here. Going to split out a couple receivers for the first time tonight. And they go to the shotgun. Trips to Mansfield's left. Bailey standing to his right. See QB read and great defense there. Tigers eating him up in the backfield. That's going to be number 53, Tyler Terrence, in the backfield. Going to bring up a 4th down and 8 for the Wildcats. Wildcats going to a bit of an Oregon look over here. They got some signs. A lot easier for us to see now, the sun going down. We have Mansfield under center again, trips to the right. It's 4th down and 8, big play here in the first quarter, trying to hard count. Minute and 30 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Mansfield looking over to the sideline, looking for a play. Got to imagine you go to your workhorse Bailey. Bailey, a 37-yard play earlier in the drive, and something they didn't like. They're going to call a timeout, Blue Springs. And they'll think it over. 4th down and 8. Beautiful place tonight. You got the students packed in, you got the band, and then you got the people dancing. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's a beautiful night. Started at 86 degrees, and it's quickly gone down, which is nice. Lights are on, so the Friday night lights have begun. Thanks for joining us on 810varsity.com. You have to take a break here. No score, 0-0. Minute 16 here to go in the first quarter. Blue Springs standing up on the third fourth down of a Tiger possession earlier on. They deferred to the second half, so they will get it starting out in the third quarter. They stopped them on fourth down earlier. They got the ball now. They're facing a fourth down in their own direction. Tiger defense trying to stand up and get the ball back for their offense. It features 3 quarterbacks so far. Kind of a bunch trip set to the right for Mansfield. Mansfield, the fake. He's got receivers out in the flat, and that's batted down. Once again, Tyler Perry there to deflect it. And that'll turn the ball over on downs. Tigers come away with it. Good defensive play there by Perry, reading it the whole time. The play action did not work. Bailey comes to the sideline a little frustrated, knows that the possession could have had for more. He's the first to the bench, wants to talk it over. So now the Blue Springs defense comes back out. They had a good stop on the first one. Just as good of an offensive drive for the Lee Summit Tigers. It's Pearsall going to be your quarterback for now. We'll see. Out of the gun. 2 receivers to the right. It's a fake handoff, then a handoff, and up the middle. Nice explosiveness there. Landon Willis picks up 13 yards and a first down. You can see a burst of speed there. Landon Willis out of the pistol set there. Able to pick up a first down. He's going to go get a drink of water. So you got to believe Tupinillo will be the quarterback here. Ryan Belt, the other quarterback on the night, and Pearsall, both other quarterbacks, split out to Tupinillo's right. We got a receiver up to the top side as well. One running back in the back, and he's going deep. Miscommunication. That's going to bring up a second down. Receiver Amari Kemp. Pearsall back in. Tupinillo back behind him. Looks like they're going to. They've gone out of the shotgun all night tonight so far. Pearsall with a man in motion. That's Willis. And stopped. Stop. Christian Mendez. 7 seconds here. First quarter, we'll see if they're able to run another player, if they even want to. Clock right now, so they can let it run down if they would like. We'll see if they do. Gun, 2 receivers to the right and a split back. Man in motion with 1 second. He gets the snap off. It's going to be a screen pass back around, and it's going to be a pickup of 4. Good defense on the far side there by Blue Springs, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So far, 1 possession each. Lee Summit has their second possession going right now. Thank you for joining us on 810varsity.com. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with you. We have Blue Springs and we have Lee Summit. Locked in a tight one. It's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
And welcome back to the second quarter. Bud Herzog Stadium here at Lee Summit High School has the Tigers just flipping around maybe 6 inches. They're at midfield. It's 4th down and 4.5 for Pearsall Tupinillo in the offense. Pearsall looks like he's going to be taking the snap, rolling right, a couple receivers, decides on the out route, and he's wide open, got it. Across the 30, down to the 25, and flipped onto his head. That is Jaden Moore 6'3", 180-pound junior. Going to give them a first down from the 35-yard line, and they're knocking on the door once again. This is where they got last time. See if they can come up with points. They missed a 40-yard field goal, Jacob Maracek, earlier. That was with the wind. This one a little bit harder against the wind. We have Pearsall looking over, getting the signals. Trips over to the left side. Tupanillo behind him in the pistol set. And a solo receiver up to the top side. Pearsall going for the solo receiver. He's got him beat. And has a touchdown. Tigers. The streak pattern got him wide open. And look at that. Micah Manning, 30 yards for the touchdown. First time we've seen the streak pattern since the drop earlier by Manning. And that time it works. The 25-yard touchdown gives him the first points of the night. And the swinging gate is open. Tupanillo, the holder. Pardon me, Ryan Belt, the holder. This is going to be Adrian Block for the extra point. Belt, hold down. Kick is good. Makes it 7-0. Just like that, the Tigers jump out on top, and I about jumped out of my skin there with the cannon. So Blue Springs on a 2-game losing streak. They've lost to Rockhurst and Lee Summit North, like I said last week, in overtime. They beat William Chrisman 39-0 in week 1. Very highly touted on the 8-10 varsity top 25 coming into the season. Lee Summit lost their first game of the year last week to Staley 14-7. That 2-game winning streak before that, they beat Liberty week 1 41-18 and Belton 27-22 in week 2. And they hold a 7-0 lead with 11 and a half here to go in the second quarter. Still very hot up in here. We're on the visitor side, which is interesting for a press box to begin with. Avion Bailey will be deep to return Jacob Maracek's kick, but I'm going to imagine Bailey's not going to get a chance. We'll see what happens. Bailey busted one for 37 yards earlier. Seemed motivated going to the sideline as well. So Maracek's kick, end over end, and short. Going to be taken by one of the wide up men up around the 30, 33, and slips down around the 36-yard line. That's Nick Wood. Nick Wood getting some solid field position for the Wildcats. Set up shop at the 35. Tiger defense back out there. They held strong on their first possession. Now they hold a 7-0 lead. Kobe Mansfield back there at quarterback. Avion Bailey, Nick Wood. Going to be Wood directly behind Mansfield. Bailey directly behind Wood. Out of the eye. Mansfield the snap. And there'll be a fullback draw. That's Wood. Picks up 3, maybe 3.5. Give him a 2nd and 6.5. First time we've seen the I formation option, but not too bad. 3.5 yards. You get it every single play. You win a state championship, right? You never have to punt. You always score if you get 3.5 yards. I had a freshman coach tell me that once. Mansfield from under center brings Wood in motion. It's a handoff to Wood around the left side. Follows some blockers, and looky there, 3.5 yards once again. Tyler Perry there once again on the stop for the Tigers. Going to bring up a 3rd down. They're going to call it about 4. Third and 3.5, 4. We're kind of calling it up here from the 42. Their second drive of the game. This game's been quick so far. 10.5 here to go in the first half. Unlike Colin McCage said earlier, Lee Summit packing up the line. The I formation, this is Bailey. Bailey flipped on his head around the 47.5. Will give him a first down. Landon Willis on the stop there for the Tigers. So you imagined it coming into the game. 700-plus yards through 3 games on the ground for the Wildcats, and that's what they're giving us so far tonight. Going to I formation again. This time another fullback dive. This is Wood. Wood diving it up, and he's on his feet to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Blue Springs. Wow, a fullback dive turns into a 53-yard touchdown for Blue Springs. Makes it 7-6. And there's a Lee Summit Tiger down on the ground. Try and get a number for you here in just a second. Pending a extra point here. We have a tie ball game once again. Well, I said you like the running game. Well, Nick Wood, 53 yards right up the gut. That's an A-gap. Able to stay on his feet and just outran people. That's what Blue Springs likes to do, and well, that's what they've done so far tonight. 7-6. Still tending to a Tiger down on the ground. That's Tyler Perry down around the 49-yard line. Gotta hope he's all right. All of his defensive teammates are down there to check him out as well. Blue Springs has a chance to talk it over. And he's able to get up, and he's walking under his own power, so that's good. Student section in neon. Standing ovation for Perry. So Blue Springs, pending the extra point, we'll have a tie ball game at 7. It's 7-6 right now, Lee Summit. Just under 10 minutes left here in the half. Freddie Romero, the kicker for Blue Springs. Cooper Willick, the holder. Good hold, good kick. Right down the middle. Would have been good from 35 or 40. And we're at 7 apiece. 810varsity.com. Thanks you for joining us so far. It's 7, Lee Summit. 7, Blue Springs. We'll be back after this on 810varsity.com. And welcome back to Bud Herzog Stadium. Lee Summit, Missouri. Lee Summit High School over to our left side. Sun has gone down. Beautiful. Still toasty here in the press box. We await a Blue Springs Freddie Romero kickoff. It's going to be a squib. Over towards the sideline. That's going out of bounds. And there you go at the 35-yard line. That was towards the direction of Keyshawn Jackson, senior 5'10", 180, but didn't pick it up. Instead, good field position. Seems like the average field position so far tonight for each team has been the 35, so it fits the trend. Get the trio of Tiger quarterbacks coming back in. Tupanillo, Pearsall, and we also have Belt taking snaps tonight. Belt is taking them primarily under center. The other two doing the duty in the shotgun. So the Wildcat defense ready on the field as the Tiger offense trots out. Tupanillo looks like he's going to be taking the snap. Adrian Block over to the right side in the shotgun with him. Brings Pearsall, the starting quarterback, in motion. It's going to be a read on the jet option. And nothing doing for Tupanillo. 1.5 yards on the first down gain. Jacob Snackenberg on the stop there for Blue Springs. We're 9:35 and counting here in the first half. First quarter went fairly quickly. Second quarter we've had a couple of scores, so not as quickly. But we'll admit the sun going down has been nice to us. Tupanillo out of the shotgun. He has Landon Willis beside him. And a trio of receivers to the right side. Going to be a handoff. Willis wrapped up from behind. Another good defensive play there That time, number 59, Zon Wheeler, there for the stop. Pardon me, Simeon Sullivan there on the stop. 99, not 59. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Tupinillo, who's taken both snaps so far this series. Pearsall, one of the other quarterbacks, and Belt, the other quarterback, on the bottom side of your screen. Micah Manning in the backfield. They do a lot of switching around with positions. Pearsall in motion. Tupinillo takes a snap, looks right, guns it across, catch, 1st down. Wow, what a catch there. Jacob Maracek, the kicker. Look at that. The kicker making the catch in the 1st down. I'm sure he does more than just kicking. I want to show respect to the guy, but a 1st down from their own 45-yard line. 8.5 here to go in the 1st half. We'll see how much time they try and take off the clock. But the streak pattern worked last time for them. Micah Manning on a 25-yard touchdown earlier. This time Pearsall looks like he's going to take the snap. A couple of running backs in the backfield with him. Got to wonder how teams game plan for these guys. Multiple quarterbacks. This time a handoff to, oh my, around the right side. That's Landon Willis. Pardon me, that's a 6.5-yard gain there. Actually, they stepped him out 5-yard gain, so right at midfield. 2nd down and 5.5 or so. We're tied up, 7-7, 7:55 I should say here in the half. And the Lee Summit Tigers driving. Pearsall out of the shotgun. Trio of receivers to his left, a couple to his right as well. He's all by himself, brings Willis in motion into the pistol, and he hands it off to him. No, he doesn't. It's a QB Reed trying to get the edge, and instead he just throws it out of bounds. Got to wonder if any laundry's on the field there. Doesn't look like it. Figured you'd see a illegal lineman downfield. Instead, it's an incomplete pass, and it brings up 3rd down and 6. 5.5 or 6. Scoreboard says 5. We'll say 5.5. At the 50-yard line, just below the mouth of the Tiger there. Tupinillo, the fullback now. Ryan Belt under center in the I formation. It's a fake. Belt going for it all for Micah Manning. Instead, it's intercepted. Back across the 35 and tracked down from behind. And that was number 36, Stephon Black II. There is laundry on the field around the 34 of Blue Springs. Pass interference on the defense, so that will overturn that. Jeff Holloway, the white hat tonight. So instead of a turnover, you're going to get a 1st down and 10 for the Lee Summit Tigers. Holloway confirming that it is a 1st down. They move the chains. Tend to do that on a pass interference down the field, 15 yards, and a 1st down from the 35. This is about where they took a shot last time, just 10 yards deeper. Tupinillo has Willis as well as Adrian Block in the backfield with him. Looking towards the sideline to get the call here. Instead, it's going to be Block in the split end position. The pistol set for Tupinillo on 1st down. The handoff. No, instead it's a QB Reed. A nice pull there from Tupinillo. 10-yard gain for him. And man, he's getting us every time on that. By us, I mean me. Getting us on the QB Reed for a 1st down. They move the chains again. Tupinillo, nice pull there. Surprised. Looked like Willis had the ball the entire time. Same formation as last time. 2 receivers to the bottom, the wide side of the field, I should say. It's going to be Block in motion, and flags fly. And we'll move it back 5 yards. Legal procedure. Going to make it 1st down and 15 for the Lee Summit Tigers. from the 30. Blue Springs trying to hold their backs up against the wall here. 7:16 to go here in the first half. Some substitutions. Moracek goes to the sideline. Pearsall appears to be the quarterback here. Tupanillo in the slot to the right. Takes a snap, 3-step drop, looking deep on a wheel route. Oh my. Had Landon Willis on a wheel route, like I said. Good coverage down there. It's Danny Wheeler on the defense. Pardon me, Jelani Miles there on the defense for Blue Springs. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 15. This is where they like to take the shots, and clearly you saw it there. A little combination route with the post on the outside, a wheel route from the inside, and it's a good ball. Only his receiver could get it, and Landon Willis did not get it. So we're here at 2nd down and 15. Clock is stopped at 6 minutes, 40 seconds here in the first half of play. Pearsall out of the shotgun. Pumps right, looks back left for a screen, and hits the turf incomplete. Not the best of screen plays there. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 15. Clock doesn't appear to have moved. Maybe that was a 6:48, and I just couldn't see with the middle post there, so I apologize. The Tiger offense played well so far. They had a couple of 4th down conversions on their first possession that ended in a missed field goal from 40 yards out from Moracek. Pearsall and Tupanillo, well, there's just a lot of conversation there. They're going to take a timeout. It's Eric Thomas' 2nd timeout of the half. So far, a fairly close game. 7-7. Obviously, it's a close game if it's a tie ball game, but both teams producing some good drives and just maybe not a lot of points to show for it. If you're just joining us, the Tigers had a 25-yard touchdown strike to Micah Manning starting off the 2nd quarter. And then the next possession, Nick Wood responds the fullback dive for 53 yards in the Wildcats' first score of the evening. So that's where we stand. A couple of extra points there and 7 apiece with just over 6.5 here to go in the first half. Blue Springs deferred the coin toss, so they will get the ball in the second half. You'd like to think Lee Summit would like to make the most out of this possession, not knowing if they're going to get it back with Blue Springs running offense. It's going to be Pearsall taking the snap. 2 to each side, and then a little bit of a wing back there. Going to go for a fake screen, a middle screen. That's Ryan Belt on the reception, and a great defense there. Looks like Danny Wheeler. Pardon me. Ethan Zipsey there for the tackle for Blue Springs. Here on the visitor side press box, first time I've ever seen in my broadcast career where the press box is on the far side, from the home side, I should say, the visitor side. We're over here with the Blue Springs fans, but Lee Summit fans and student section and band all across the way. As the sun has completely gone down, we're almost completely dark over here in Lee Summit. Ryan Belt taking the snap, looking, throwing, caught! Oh, dragging defenders into the end zone. Touchdown. Adrian Block goes up and gets it. How about that? Ryan Belt hooking up with Adrian Block for the touchdown. Makes it 13-6 Tigers. Pardon me, 13-7 Tigers. Saw this last time. Swinging gate formation in the point after, but man, can't get over that throw. Ryan Belt, you can tell he's the guy that they like to go to for the air. And I formation, and able to throw a beautiful ball. And that's just showing the athleticism. Adrian Block, 6'4", 220, goes up and gets it and drags 2 defenders into the end zone for the touchdown. Once again, the extra point is good, and we're at 14-7. Lee Summit leads here at home. And the referee, this is something we've seen a little bit so far this year, is the water break. Referee calling for a water break is interesting, but hey, it's a hot night. It was 86 at the start of the game, so the turf is still warm. Saying, hey, give the referee some water. We're working hard out here too, as Jeff Holloway stands at the Blue Springs 7-yard line out there by himself, marking down some cat scratch. Thanks for joining us here on 810varsity.com. Had some technical difficulties there in the beginning. Colin McCage here, running the camera. Want to give him a big shout out. You know, sometimes equipment unfortunately doesn't work, but he's working hard up here. We met each other today, so he's been a great man to work with so far. Hate that we couldn't get both headsets up here working, and that's on me. So, Lee Summit will kick off to Blue Springs with 5:49 here to go in the first half. Jacob Marachik to kick off. Avion Bailey back deep to return for Blue Springs. Marachik's kick, high end over end to the far side of the field, taken around the 14. And a burst of speed here, up around the 30-yard line. And a good solid return there. And that's, looks like number 1, Patso Tapusoa, his first action of the evening. We knew that we'd get to the name eventually, and we did. Tapusoa returning of about 16 yards to set up the Blue Springs offense from the 30. 2. Avion Bailey not directly behind Mansfield. Coming across, receiving the pitch there. That's Quentin Fontenot. Fontenot loses the football, and Lee Summit has it. Still on his feet. Flag flies. Fontenot fumbled. Lee Summit has it. We'll see what the flag is. But the Blue Springs defense is trotting out onto the field. Jeff Holloway, the white hat, done a good solid job. That's a face mask on Blue Springs. And so that's going to result in another Lee Summit possession. It's a big time takeaway there for them. And they get some extra yardage on top of it. Blue Springs defense now got to stand up and see what they're made of. 5:31 here to go in the half. It's 14-7 Tigers. Ryan Belt throwing a touchdown pass to Adrian Block last time around. We'll see if they go there again. Pearsall appears to be taking the snap. Trips to his left. Tupanillo right behind him, and it's Pearsall going up top. Has a man, and it's caught. Wow. What a catch there by Micah Manning inside the 10-yard line down to the 5. A nice throw by Pearsall. And it results in a first down and goal for Lee Summit. Knocking on the door again. That took no time. Tupanillo looks to be taking the snap here. Adrian Block in the backfield. Had a touchdown reception earlier. Brings a man in motion. It's a jet sweep around to Pearsall. Pearsall looking for the edge. And he dives for the goal line. See if he gives it to him. He doesn't. Around the 1-yard line there. Heck of an effort trying to catch the edge there. Almost spun his way in. So now they have a lot of room to play with on the right side. Wide side of the field. What they try to go to there as well. Ryan Belt and Pearsall down to Tupanillo's left. Adrian Block in the backfield. And a timeout is going to be called by Blue Springs. So if you're just joining us, it's 14-7 Lee Summit. And then they were on the first play of the last Blue Springs possession. It was coughed up by the backup running back, Quentin Fontenot. Went right into Lee Summit's hands, and that's where we're at now. Darius Pearsall able to find Micah Manning inside the 10. They went to the 5. Pearsall on a jet sweep, and that's where we're at. 2nd and 1 from the 1-yard line. Blue Springs trying to get a stop and also avoid a 3-game losing streak. They won their first game of the year to William Chrisman. They lost to Rockhurst and Lee Summit North the last 2 weeks. So the Tigers trot back out on the field. Tupinillo with block to his right. 3 big boys to the left and a couple receivers as well. Brings Pearsall in motion. The fake jet, there's a flag out. And illegal motion. False start will be 5 yards back. So it'll make it 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. So back comes in a linebacker for a big defensive lineman. At least someone trying to score on consecutive possessions here. It's 14-7. If you're Blue Springs, you got to avoid this here. 4:21 here to go in the half. Blue Springs will get the ball in the second half, however. Tupinillo with Micah Manning in the backfield. A couple receivers up to his right and a tight end right as well. That's block. And more flags fly. Let's just have a yellow flag party. Delay of game is going to move them back another 5 yards. 2nd down and goal from the 11. Maybe they just want to pad their stats. Tupinillo's been standing in the backfield, accepting the snaps here. A couple receivers wide to the right. I'm talking way wide. It's a handoff. Nice defensive play there. It's going to be 53, Nicholas Henderson there on the stop again for Blue Springs. Micah Manning able to pick up a little bit. 3rd down and 8. By 3rd down and 8, I mean 3rd down and goal from the 8. Lee Summit trying to make it a two-score game here. Ryan Belt, Darius Pearsall to the left side of Tupinillo. Adrian Block in the backfield. The big 6'4", 220-pound sophomore. Already had a receiving touchdown tonight. It's Tupinillo on the rollout. Looking right, has a couple blockers going back around in traffic. A couple of Blue Springs defenders had a chance for an interception. Instead, goes through the back of the end zone. Going to bring up 4th down. That time, no flags. It's been the theme so far, is having flags close to the goal line. Instead, it's going to bring up 4th down. So a 25-yard field goal attempt here for Lee Summit. From the dead center of the field, 25-yard field goal is up and very good. Troy Huffman there, the sophomore, knocks through a field goal, 25 yards, and puts the Tigers up 17-7. We're going to take a quick break here. 3.5 here to go in the first half, and you're listening to high school football on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
And welcome back to Bud Herzog Stadium at Lee Summit High School.
17-7 Tigers over the Blue Springs Wildcats. Got a little bit of time here before halftime. So we'll see what happens. Blue Springs, only a 2-score game. And it's a pooch kick here by Marachik to one of the up men. Dangerous catch. Instead, he does catch it. Never like that. Taken by one of the up men. 35-yard line is going to be the starting field position for Mansfield and the Wildcat offense. Last possession, it was number 30, Quentin Fontenot, with a fumble. We'll see Avion Bailey back in the backfield. Not necessarily shocked. Setting up shop from the 35-yard line with 3.5 to go. Down 10. Mansfield under center. The pitch to Bailey. And more flags fly. A couple of Blue Springs fans not happy about a little late touching there. But before the snap, it's a false start. And 5 yards back. So why not? Padding their stats once again. Both sides tonight. That's how maybe coaches should think about it. Penalties are just padding your stats. Not sure they're going to buy that. Kobe Mansfield running the offense for the Wildcats. Avion Bailey in the backfield trips to Mansfield's right. Looking over to the Blue Springs sideline. Awaiting the play. 5 on the play clock. 4, 3, 2, and timeout. Well, there you go. Instead of another penalty and avoiding 5 yards back, it's timeout Wildcats. Final one of the half. 3:29 here to go. 17-7 Lee Summit. Here at home, coming off their first loss of the season to Staley. 14-7 last week. Staley, the defending Class 5 champions. So a pretty solid bunch there. You can still see that they're building it well over there. So Blue Springs will be back at the 30-yard line. For a running offense, you can't get behind the chains like that, but we'll see with 3:29 left. No timeouts. If they go to the air at all, they will get the ball in the second half, so this is kind of a basketball mentality. Go 2 for 1 here. Could work out in their favor. Mansfield setting up in the shotgun. Bailey to his right, trips receivers down to his right side as well. Takes a snap. It's an option read. Bailey receiving the pitch, trying to keep contain on him, and they do. Lee Summit gobbles him up around the 38-yard line. Pickup of 7. Lee Summit's defense doing a good job of forcing Avion Bailey to the inside of the field. Besides the one massive fullback dive by Nick Wood, the 53-yard touchdown that got Blue Springs on the board, done a pretty good job. Mansfield under center. The toss left to Bailey. Bailey trying to find a crease. Give him another 3 yards there. Going to bring up 3rd down and 5 coming up. This Blue Springs cheering section trying to find something to cheer about. Back-to-back possessions, the Tigers have come away with points here at Lee Summit. Nick Wood comes in as a substitution. Had quite a night so far. Lines up right behind Mansfield in the I formation. Bailey behind him. Fullback counter. Nick Wood still on his feet across the 50. Now across the 45 and finally dragged down from behind. Michael Garozzo tracking him down from behind, and there's a flag down on the play. Nick Wood seems to be the go-to. Everybody keying on Avion Bailey, and it's a face mask on the defense. Tack on a little bit more. It's going to result in a first down on the run. Woods had himself quite a nice night so far. The 39-yard line, just over 2 minutes here to go in the first half for Blue Springs, and they're marching. Pozzo Tapusoa at the top of the screen for Mansfield. Mansfield looking the other way, open, overthrows this receiver. That's Cooper Willick. They're the 5'8", 145-pound junior. Just didn't get his head up quick enough. Mansfield liked it. Tried to go for it. Just over 2 minutes here to go. No timeouts for the Wildcats. 1 timeout left for the Tigers. Like I have said, Wildcats will get the ball starting the second half. Trying to go 2 for 1 here. Mansfield under center. I formation. Bailey with a lead block. Oh my, what a play there. Great defense. That's number 31, LaJuan Miller. Wow, what a stick there. That pushes Bailey back in the backfield, and he's off to the sideline checking his helmet. So he's going to have to come out for a play. 2 minutes and counting, no timeouts. Bailey's literally holding his helmet up. Hey, can one of the freshman football coaches get on this, please? Lead running backs on the sideline. Mansfield and Nick Wood are in the backfield. Nick Wood had the lone touchdown for the Wildcats on the night. Trips to Mansfield's left. A lot of defensive backs out there for Lee Summit. Going up top, Mansfield. Open and overthrows his receiver once again. That's Cooper Willick. He liked what he had. It's a good ball again, but overthrew him by about 1.5 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 10. And Bailey, Avion Bailey he's trying to find a teammate's helmet now. I've never seen this. He's on the sideline trying on different kids' helmets here. 4th and 10 from the 39 for Blue Springs, trailing 17-7 here in the first quarter. Still got a coach working on Bailey's helmet, so Nick Wood stays in at running back. We haven't seen Quentin Fontenot since the only carry he had all night was a fumble. See if we see him again in the second half. Mansfield under center and 4th and 10. Trips to his left. Fake the handoff. Rolling left. Looking. Throws back across his body. Way over the head of Willick. And that is a 4th down turnover on downs. Lee Summit's going to get the ball back with a $1:14 to play here in the first half. The trio of quarterbacks coming back. And you got to believe that the helmet of Avion Bailey kind of stalled the drive. He's walking around not happy down here on the Blue Springs sideline while somebody's working on his helmet. Luckily enough for them, they're about to get halftime. The band's going to come out here perform as well. So we have Pearsall going to take the snap here. 6'1", 183-pound junior. A lot of juniors on this Lee Summit squad. Empty backfield. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Pearsall receives the snap at the knees. Throws it over and in and out of the hands there. Jaden Moore had it in a pause and straight dropped it. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Stops the clock. They have 1 timeout left. See if they go for blood here. 17-7. They're going to be playing defense whenever they come back out from halftime. But if you're a Lee Summit Tiger fan, you got to enjoy what you're seeing so far. Wind has almost completely died now. Maybe a little flutter into the faces of the Tigers. Empty backfield again. 3 right, 2 left. Knee-high snap again. Out route. And a good solid catch, Landon Willis. And Jelani Miles there on the stop for the Wildcats. Bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 5. Clock running, 50 seconds and counting. Pearsall with Tupanillo to his right to roll out. Working some levels combination, and he has 2 receivers there. One comes up with it. That's Landon Willis. You don't see that often. A couple of receivers in the same spot. And it results in a 1st down. 1st and 10. Move the chains will stop the clock. Or did he get out of bounds? I'm not sure. We're on the far side. He did get out of bounds. 39 seconds here. And he trips out to Pearsall's left. Been spreading it around the field tonight. Surprised we haven't seen Belt back there. He threw a touchdown earlier, but we've seen some good throws from Pearsall. Pearsall going for it all again. This time he makes the catch. And that's going to be Jaden Moore all the way down to the 15-yard line. and the clock will run. Oh, and they're going to run the hurry-up offense. 32 seconds and counting. 1 timeout left. Great hookup there from Pearsall to Moore. Inside the red zone again. Almost living there here in this quarter. Pearsall rolling right, looking right, going up top. One-handed catch, but out of the back of the end zone. That was Micah Manning, the intended receiver. Man, what a catch there. Little Odell Beckham at the back of the end zone. Interesting seeing the impact of Odell Beckham Jr. at high school level. Everybody wants to make one-handed catches. Not like that was needed, but he made the catch. Just out of the back of the end zone, a little deep on Pearsall's throw. So Tupanillo will be the quarterback. He has the big 6'4" Adrian Block to his right. He has a receiving touchdown. Pearsall and Belt to the left. Rolling right, looking right, going back across. Instead goes to the out route, caught down inside the 10-yard line to the 7, I believe, with 16.9 here to go in the first half. 1 timeout, so you can run the football. They haven't chosen to yet. 3rd and 1. You got to think if they're going to run it, it would be here. A myriad of substitutions for the Tigers. Pearsall appears to be the quarterback. Belt in the slot left. A couple more receivers down that way. It's empty in the backfield with Pearsall. 4-man front for Blue Springs, I should say. Kicks it over to number 6, and he's close, but Jaden Moore going to be just short. It'll be a first down. 9 seconds to go. They're going to call a timeout, think it over. 9.3 to go. Would have thought you would have tried to maybe spike the ball there and get an extra play out of it. Instead, they take their final timeout. 17-7, Lee Summit leads over Blue Springs right now. Blue Springs not able to get a lot going. The last possession, Avion Bailey, his helmet got messed up, and then they turned it over on downs. Back over to Lee Summit, and Lee Summit drives down the field. Now they have a first down and goal from the 2-yard line. 9.3 to go here in the first half. Already lead by 10. How much can they stack on top? There's no timeouts left for either side. See if they go to the air one time, or if they just go straight run and trust that they're going to get it in right here. A stacked formation in the backfield. Almost the Maryland I out there. Instead, it's kind of a Mighty Ducks V out there. Ryan Belt under center. Quarterback sneak. Did he get there? Line judges come in, and no. 1 second. Time runs out here in the first half, and Blue Springs makes a stop, and they go to half. 17-7. They go with the quarterback sneak from the 2-yard line, and no points are going to be up on the board on that possession for Lee Summit. 17-7 is where we're at. A good stand there by the Blue Springs defense. Can't deflate much about Lee Summit's half, though. 17-7. Going to take a 20-minute halftime. We'll see if we can come back and just chat with you a little bit later on. But we're going to take a break right now. So far, 17 Lee Summit, 7 Blue Springs. We'll be right back on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
When Lee Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life, Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
And welcome back to Bud Herzog Stadium, the campus of Lee Summit High School. Getting set for the second half of play here, high school football in Northwest Missouri. Lee Summit, the Tigers, hold a 17-7 lead, able to get 10 points. All 17 coming in the second quarter, 10 points coming on their final 2 of 3 possessions. Third possession had a chance, QB sneak from the 2-yard line. Nothing doing, Blue Springs getting a stop there, so it could be worse. Blue Springs 7 points in the first half. That was Nick Wood, who had a touchdown, 53 yards up the middle for them. Started at 86 degrees. We're at 80 degrees now, feeling like 85 still. A little bit sticky, 70% humidity. Still the wind at 4 miles per hour, and the sun went down over an hour ago, thank goodness. We're looking straight into it. The interesting side of this is the press box is on the visitor side. Never seen it except for here at Bud Herzog Stadium. Once called a game from a track media box. I was in college a long time ago. Instead, we got a couple of minutes, 2 minutes left before we get the start of the second half going. Avion Bailey looks like he got his helmet fixed for Blue Springs, pounding his chest, trying to get his teammates going. As they're going to have to make up a little bit of a 10-point deficit here. Both teams will have a few more minutes to stretch out, get their chance to go at it here. Adrian Block had a touchdown in the first half for Lee Summit. Also, Micah Manning had a scoring touchdown, and then a field goal 25 yards out by Troy Huffman make up Lee Summit's points. Like I said, Nick Wood, the 5'7", 185-pound senior fullback, ran at 53 yards. For Blue Springs, the Wildcats, their only score of the night. Tell you what, it's interesting to watch Lee Summit, how they operate their offense. Kaya Tupanio, the quarterback, one of the three quarterbacks of Darius Pearsall, and also Ryan Belt, who had one of the throwing touchdowns. It's just interesting to watch. You can go at it from so many different angles. They also have put Adrian Block, a 6'4", 220-pound sophomore, in the backfield. Imagine looking at 6'4" running backs like Derrick Henry. Maybe not as heavy, but it's a big boy back there in the backfield. He has a receiving touchdown for the Tigers. And the Wildcats are going to get the ball here to start the second half. It's going to be a key possession. Obviously, every single one is, and every coach will preach that until the day that they die. But we'll see what they can do. 24 seconds until we get the kickoff here. It's going to be Kobe Mansfield going to work and seeing what he can do for this Blue Springs offense. We only saw one carry from the backup running back, Quentin Fontenot, and that was a fumble straight to Lee Summit. So we will see if we see him in the second half. He's their second leading rusher behind Avion Bailey. So Lee Summit's ready to go. Return team, and Avion Bailey sprinting way out ahead of his teammates to return the kick. Going to have the wind at his back here. And I believe that will be Jacob Marachek to kick off, unless they switch kickers on us for kickoffs here. And it will be Marachek. Avion Bailey standing at his own 2-yard line. We're about to get the second half underway. 12 minutes on the clock. It's 17-7, Lee Summit leading. Student section in all neon. Hands in the air, ready to go here in the second half. Marachek's kick, end over end, high. And be taken from an up man again. Saw some explosiveness earlier, up around the 40 to the 42-yard line. Good return once again. That time, Patso Tapusoa, his second return of the night. Got to see him down on the field as getting name pronunciations before the game. He's a big boy. Clearly, he has some explosiveness. One of the starting receivers for the Wildcats. I think he has one target on the night, and it was incomplete. So the mainly running offense coming back out there, led by Kobe Mansfield. 7 points on the board. Avion Bailey directly behind Mansfield and the single back. Bringing a man in motion. Handoff, following a guard, kicking it to the outside. Around the 50 to the 45. Down inside the 40-yard line. And a nice 17-yard pickup for Avion Bailey. And they're in business already. Around the 40-yard line here. Mansfield going to the wristband. Bailey directly behind him. Patso Tapusoa in the wing. It's up the middle there, a couple of yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. You hear some of the fans over here on the Blue Springs side saying tempo. Trying to get something going here, down 10, 11, 30 here in the third quarter remaining. Just underway here in the second half, 10-point lead for the Lee Summit Tigers. Single back, handing off to Avion Bailey. Being patient, shoestring tackle no good. Instead, drags a couple defenders close to the 33-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 3 for this Wildcat offense. Zach Smith there on the tackle for the Tigers. Threes are wild. 3rd down, 3 to go from the 33 in the third quarter. 3 timeouts for each team. Feeling a little bit like the Matrix. Kobe Mansfield, the I formation now. Nick Wood in the fullback position had a touchdown earlier. Avion Bailey behind him. It's going to be a fullback run. Wood, low base of gravity, a 1st down. Dragging a couple of guys. 6-yard gain for him. And they move the chains. Like I said before the game, Blue Springs, these Wildcats, they were highly, highly thought of in the 810varsity.com top 25 at the beginning of the year. A couple losses the past couple weeks after their first week win over William Chrisman, 39-0. It's another run for Wood. Wood dragged down from behind this time. Towel goes flying. Looks like a pickup of 4. They're going to be at the 24-yard line here. Wood goes to the sideline. Michael Schoen coming in at the tight end position. Mansfield. Bailey behind, brings a man in motion. It's a pitch. Bailey trying to get the edge. Looks like a hold. There's a flag that does come out. Dragged down. Ryan Belt there on the stop for the Tigers, but it looks like it's going to be a holding. It was a lot of jersey. I mean, we're getting the call over here. Colin McCage over here running camera, doing a great job. He's giving the big hold sign. And it was a hefty hold on the pitch to the left side. It's going to back up the Wildcats, stop some momentum. Bring up a 2nd down and 17. Spot foul. 10 yards back from there. So 2nd down, 17 from the 35-yard line. Mansfield going under center. Patu Tapusoa there on the left side as a receiver, brings a man in motion. Play action, looking right, going deep, has a man, overthrows his man. Michael Schoen, 6'2", 180-pound senior. He had him. A little bit more air on that one and knew could probably chalk that one up. Instead, we see a passing play on 2nd and 17. See what they go with here, dial it up. 3rd and 17 from the 35. They go trips out to the right side. Bailey still in the backfield, single set. Tapusoa at the bottom of the screen, hard counts. They don't take advantage of it, and they look over to the sideline. Have one-on-one coverage. You have Ryan Belt playing the corner down here against Tapusoa, who we've seen on a couple of kickoff returns. He's had some explosiveness, but look at the blitz possibly coming here by Lee Summit. They back it off, 3-man front. Looks like 5 to 6 DBs in there. Option goes to Bailey, and it's, oh man, there's a lot of Tigers around him there. That's going to bring up 4th down and forever. I mean, there's nothing doing there. Dylan Ham there to lead the charge for the Tigers. It's going to make it to 4th down and about 19 or 20. We're going to call it 18. He gave him 4 progress on it from the 36. Looking to the sideline. Just under 9:20 here to go in the 3rd quarter. 17-7, Lee Summit Tigers lead. First possession of the 2nd half for the Blue Springs Wildcats. Taking the snap, and it's a pooch kick. Not a bad one if it stops, and instead it rolls into the end zone. There's a Lee Summit Tiger down. They're going to take over at the 20-yard line. It's only a net of 18 yards. And Avion Bailey comes to the sideline, not happy again. He is frustrated. Watch out, he had some helmet issues in the first half. You don't want to cause them here again in the 2nd half. It looks like Darius Robinson is the Tiger down on the field. Good spot there by Colin McCage. He's running the camera for us over here, doing a solid job. Tigers are going to take over. 10-point lead, just over 9 minutes here to go in the 3rd quarter. Still tending to a down Tiger. Referee's getting some water as well. Important to stay hydrated. Walking off under his own power. And that is Darius Robinson, as spotted before by Colin. Walking off under his own power. Looks all right, maybe favoring one of his legs there. So this trio of quarterbacks. Saw Tupanillo, we saw Pearsall, and we saw Ryan Belt all take snaps in the first half. They spread it around evenly. Micah Manning has a touchdown. Adrian Block has a touchdown. And it looks like it's going to be Pearsall taking the snaps. Out of the gun, Tupanillo behind him. It's a handoff. Shakes off one defender, drags another one. 6-yard gain. After the 26-yard line, going to bring up 2nd and 4 This is where you can really open up the playbook if you're the offensive coordinator, Lee Summit. You can take a shot if you want to. Just under 9 minutes here to go. 10-point lead for the Tigers here at home. Staring right at Lee Summit High School. The big LSHS staring right back at us on the visitor side. Pearsall with Tupanillo in the backfield. 2 receivers to the top side. The shoot, high snap. Hand up to Tupanillo. Up across the 40 to the 45. Finally brought down. It's Matt Van Hoyk. Van Hoagie, I apologize. I knew that was going to get me too at one point. First down for Lee Summit from the 45. This is where things for the Blue Springs defense have not gone well tonight. This part of the field has resulted in some big plays for the Tigers. In their first possession of the game, they converted a 4th down from about that same spot. So see where they go in the playbook here. Split backfield out of the shotgun. Pearsall going to be the quarterback. Receives the snap about belt height. Handoff. That time, not a lot there for Landon Willis. 3 yards at most. Nico Manning there to make the stop. So just, if you're looking at it on 810varsity.com, just on this side of the Tiger at midfield. If you're on the home side of Lee Summit, it's just above the Tiger. Like I said, interesting setup here on the visitor side. The gold of the Tigers' helmets now shining out under these Friday night lights. From the 48, Tupanillo in the shotgun, bringing Pearsall in motion. Shoe high snap again, gets off the jet sweep, and he's in trouble. Losing ground, and about 7 Wildcats there to wrap him up. Seems like the snaps have gotten lower and lower for Lee Summit tonight. Don't know what it is. That one was about Tupanillo's shoelaces. There's another down Tiger. That one's Dalton Forbes, the senior, 5'10", 269. Kneeling right on the 49.5-yard line. And gives both these teams a little bit of a breather. Everybody's still here. We got the lifeguards as the theme for tonight for the Blue Springs Wildcat student section. The neon night for the Lee Summit High School section over there. Tending to an injured player right now. And Blue Springs took the ball in the second half. They marched down and weren't able to get it any further than about the 25-yard line. Now Lee Summit has the ball just south of 7 minutes here to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 once we resume play. Like we said, that is Dalton Forbes down on the ground. He's been on kneeling knees since he got hurt. And all the trainers are there in the catcher position as well, trying to see what's going on with him. Just to paint a picture for you here, all the scoring happened in the second quarter. So the first quarter happened very quickly. The first half was 1 hour, 10 minutes total, which was a very quick half. And then 20-minute halftime, we're back at 8:30. Up to his feet is Dalton Forbes, slowly walking. Gotta hope he's all right here, but he's on his own power. And it's a critical 3rd down and 10, a 10-point lead. It's always nice to have the cushion in your pocket, but you'd like to have more if you're Lee Summit here at home. Try to shut the door on what's considered to be an extremely talented Blue Springs team coming into the year. Still have that talent. They just lost a couple in a row. Both these teams trying to get back on the winning board. Lee Summit lost their first game of the year last week to Staley, and Blue Springs on a 2-game losing streak. Losing to Rockhurst a couple weeks ago, and then Lee Summit North last week. 28-27 in overtime. Pearsall, empty backfield, trips right. 2 to the top, high snap this time. Looking at a screen, dangerous, dangerous play. That was almost an interception by a big boy there. I almost had Simeon Sullivan get the pause on it. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. You got to think it's going to be a punt. And the Blue Springs defense holds after turning the ball over. Or not turning the ball over, I should say. It was a pooch kick into the end zone. I apologize. Not much of a change of field position for him, though. But we'll see what Lee Summit can do. Tupanillo, the punter, They do have the capabilities of a fake. They faked in the first half. They found Micah Manning for a 14-yard gain in the first half for a first down. This is literally the exact same spot. This time he does punt it away. Kind of a wobbly kick. Everybody's yelling to get rid of it. Takes a Blue Springs bounce back to the 37-yard line before finally being trampled on by Jackson Fry. Playing special teams, important in high school football, obviously. Getting some playing time there for each guy. You see that a lot. So the Blue Springs offense back at it. 6:38 here to go in the third quarter. We're working on a pretty quick half here. 17 minutes so far. Really pretty good. No score yet here in the second half. It's 17-7 Lee Summit. 1st and 10 from the 37 for Mansfield in the I formation. Wood right behind him. Nick Wood at the fullback position. And Avion Bailey. This time it's a fullback dive. 2.5, maybe 3 yards on the gain to the 40-yard line. Bailey picking up 3. Or pardon me, Wood picking up 3. They go to the wristbands. Tapu Soa yelling at the sideline and now getting set up on the bottom side of your screen here. Mansfield in the I formation again. Will slot back right as well. Pitch right. Bailey looking right. Getting a. Oh, and there he is. 50-45 down to the 43-yard line. Nice carry there. 17-yard gain for Bailey. And he has that one-cut ability. He finds that lane and hits it hard. Now it's a 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats of Blue Springs. The school's separated by 15 miles. You can map it, I promise. Two teams looking to get back on the winning streak. This time a fullback counter. It's Nick Wood. Wood up the middle. Another 3 yards for him. It's consistent, that's for sure. 3 yards for him and a cloud of dust. And brings up 2nd down and 7. They're at the 40-yard line of Lee Summit. This Blue Springs sideline getting a little restless. They want some points on the board. It's been a long time since Nick Wood's 53-yard touchdown run. So they're in the I formation again. We'll set back to the left side. It's going to be a stack pitch. Bailey again across the 35 and upended around the 33-yard line. Ryan Belt on the stop. Two-way player for Lee Summit. Going to be close to a 1st down. We'll see if they move the chains. 33-yard line. It's going to be very close, and they do move the chains. 1st down 10, just over 5 minutes here to go in the third quarter of play. 17-7, Lee Summit Tigers lead the Blue Springs Wildcats. It's a 1st down and 10 QB sneak. Kobe Mansfield. Oh, boy. Don't see that one often. Looks like it's going to be a 6-yard gain on a QB sneak on 1st down. This is where you just kind of scratch your head, but hey, if it works, the old USC Reggie Bush push there. Only going to give him 4 yards on forward progress there. So it brings up 2nd and 6 from the 28. Single receiver to each side of Mansfield. I formation, Wood and Bailey in the backfield. The handoff, Bailey straight up the gut, following a blocker and getting close to the 21-yard line. That'll be a 1st down again. Solid pickup, close to 10 yards there. We'll call it 9 yards. And that'll be a 1st down. See William Zappelli check into the game for Blue Springs at fullback. So he's seeing some action there in front of Bailey. Just 5 linemen. And a wing back right. Pitch to Bailey. Well, this is the Avion Bailey show. Around the right side, trying to get the edge, trying to seal him off. He's still on his feet, juking and jiving inside the 10. Down to the 5-yard line. What a carry by Bailey. A gain of 16. Wow. Just toss the man the ball, I guess. You think that's the game plan in the locker room at halftime? Said, hey, get Avion Bailey the ball a little bit more. And there'll be a timeout by Lee Summit. A little bit of a basketball timeout, I'd like to think of it. The momentum shifting to Blue Springs' direction Just under 4 minutes here to go in the third quarter. 17-7 Lee Summit here at home. But the Blue Springs Wildcats are driving. Looking good so far in the second half. They've had a couple of good drives. It resulted in a punt the first time, only a net of 16, so nothing really to show for it. But now it's going to be first and goal from the 5-yard line. Each squad still have all three of their timeouts. At this point in the first half, I think we're down to 2 for one side, 1 for the other. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm imagining that Lee Summit's saying, hey, Avion Bailey's going to get the ball. We'll see the first time, like I said, for the night, the backup fullback, William Zappelli, 5'9", 165 junior listed. He was out there, but now it's back out there as Nick Wood. Wood has the only touchdown of the night for the Wildcats. Kobe Mansfield under center. Wood about 2.5 yards back behind him. Bailey about 3 yards behind him. I formation pitch. Bailey left side. Jukes across, spins, and that's a touchdown. Avion Bailey. The 3-yard pitch and score results in Blue Springs' second touchdown of the night. And it's 17-13 Lee Summit with 3:48 here to go in the third quarter. Pending an extra point, we'll have a field goal ball game. Been a long time since Freddie Romero's been out to kick. Scoring in the second quarter was Blue Springs. Snap good, hold good, kick good. Point after attempt is solid, 17-14. Lee Summit leads. They'll get the ball back after the score, but Blue Springs has some momentum. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com. We'll be back in a moment.
School sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back. We got a ball game on our hands, folks. Blue Springs scoring a touchdown there on a 3-yard Avion Bailey score. The pitch to the left side. Freddie Romero, ball is teed up on the 40-yard line for Blue Springs, kicking into whatever wind is left, and it's a squib kick up the middle. Ball still on the ground, and wisely just get on top of it there for Lee Summit. That there was Felix Enudike. First time we said his name tonight. We knew we'd get there. Felix Enudike covering it up for the Tigers. 17-14, 3:47 here to go in the third quarter. We got an exciting one here, folks. It was 17-7 for a long time. Blue Springs goes down their second possession of the second half and scores. So the Tigers back on offense. They're in that flying V formation. It's kind of a pistol set. Pearsall looked like there was movement in the slot left. Instead, it's a handoff, spin, and a first down. Landon Willis, 11-yard gain, followed his blockers. Blue Springs not happy they didn't get the false start there on the slot receiver, but no harm, no foul. It's moving the chains. Around the 30.5-yard line now. This Blue Springs defense trying to get another stop here in the second half. The momentum right now on their side, but at least someone can change that very quickly. Pearsall, we're going to call it the pistol V again. Okay, now they step up. Now it's the offset shotgun set. Pearsall takes the snap, hands off to Willis. Willis around the left side. What speed? Flag comes down. Another 15-yard gain for him, but right there in the middle, and it's going to be a holding call called in by the umpire there. I'll move it back 10 yards. Willis, good burst of speed, saying, Avion Bailey, I got some speed too over here, man. Not too shabby. 3:09 to go here. It's going to bring up first down and 20. Set him all the way back at the 21-yard line. But a little bit of a momentum killer there for that offense. They had a couple of good runs on the plate if that flag doesn't come down. Instead, they're behind the chains once again. They're all the way back inside. They're at their own 17-yard line. It's going to be first down and 23. Wow. Way back there. Spot foul, 10 yards from back there. Pearsall, Tupanillo running on a little late, getting the play call, steps behind Pearsall. Pearsall, chest high snap, looking left, finds Tupanillo, and there's not really a lot going on there. Pickup of maybe a half yard to a yard. Didn't look like the stick had to move much. Second down, 24. I mean, they're way behind the chains now. Lee Summit is trying to hold on here. They got a 3-point lead, 17-14. 2:20 left to go here in the third quarter, but seems like their backs are against the wall right now. Trying to get a momentum shifter. The Blue Springs fans are yelling defense, and there's going to be a false start there. That time the right tackle got a little bit antsy, trying to get on the pole, and it's going to result in 5 more yards. You're almost second and 30. It'll be second 29 from the 12. I mean, I said the backs were against the wall, but I didn't mean the literal wall. Now it's getting close. 3-step drop probably puts Pearsall in his own end zone. Now you're looking at safety. You don't want that if you're Lee Summit. The defense chant continuing from the Blue Springs sideline. Fans traveled well, the 15 miles or so from school to school. Pearsall out of the shotgun, helmet high snap. Rolling right, looking right, going right to Belt. No flag comes out. Looked like a little bit of hands there. Coverage there by number 36, Stefan Black the second. So now it's third down in desperation time if you're Lee Summit. You see in this situation a lot of times a halfback draw. Try and get back what you can for field position, but you're third and 29 here. Got to imagine we see a safety play as far as a handoff. Try and get what you can get, but if they go to the air, more power to them. Pearsall taking all the snaps so far in this possession. He stands at his own 5-yard line. The heels are touching the white. All right, and Tupanillo scoots him up a couple of yards. Now his toes are on the 7. Trips right. Chest high snap. Fumbles straight to Tupanillo. And that's a pickup of about 2.5. Blue Springs gets a stop pending any penalty. No flags on the ground. That was close. I mean, the snap went straight through Pearsall's hands into Tupanillo's hands. Luckily, they're both quarterbacks at some point. So, fourth down and call it 27. And it's a minute and a half left in the quarter. We got Cooper Willick back to return for the Wildcats. Tupanillo's punt, high, spiraling all the way back, and this is going to bounce. Unfortunate for them, it's stuck like a pitching wedge from 90 yards out, and it's a solid field position switch. Blue Springs going to start from their 33. I would say overall, Lee Summit will take that. Not too shabby. So it's 17-14. A minute and some change left here to go in the third quarter. Blue Springs seems to have the momentum, but that was a good punt there by Tupanillo. Mansfield did the majority of backwards passing. What I should say is pitching the ball to Avion Bailey last drive. It was the Avion Bailey show as he essentially led them down the field, had a 3-yard pitch left for a score. He's back in the backfield. Nick Wood, his fullback, 2.5 yards behind Mansfield. It's a pitch again. Deja vu. Almost has the edge, tripped up. A couple of Tigers drag him back. Pickup of 3. Some extracurriculars. Everybody simmer. Walking away here, fellas. Austin Spencer over there, the feisty linebacker. Get you some. He's a senior. 5'8", 185 there. Packs a punch, too. Avion Bailey does as well. Second down and 8, under a minute here to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break at the end of the quarter. We'll come back, and we're going to have a really good fourth quarter, I imagine so. 17-14, Lee Summit leads. Here at home, I formation for Mansfield. That'll be 5 yards. Left tackle got a little antsy for a cut block there. That'll move him back. Bo Stevens. Oh, wow. Goes the other way around. So they go offsides on it. I apologize, Bo Stevens. If your parents are listening out there, I didn't mean to do that. Offsides on Lee Summit, resulting in second down and 2.5. Playbook opens up. Second short, 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tapusoa at the bottom of the screen. Mansfield snap. Fakes the fullback dive. Avion Bailey gobbled up in the backfield. Nice defensive play there. Felix Anudike. Solid defensive play there, and that makes it 3rd and 8. That's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. The Lee Summit Tigers clinging to a 3-point lead. Blue Springs gets a touchdown in the third quarter. 4s are in the air, folks, and it's a 3-point lead for the Lee Summit Tigers. Here at home, we're going to come back for the fourth quarter on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Bud Herzog Stadium at Lee Summit High School. Blue Springs has the ball. 3rd and 6, down 17-14. Mansfield, a couple of guys in the backfield. Avion Bailey is not that guy. It's a pitch around the left side and stopped up quickly. That's William Zappelli on the pitch left. He's going to bring up 4th down. Anybody spying Avion Bailey there? It's interesting. He's standing on the sideline over here. Critical play. 4th down. 4th down. Looks like they're going to go for it. They're at their own 40-yard line. I mean, there's 11.5 minutes left in the game, and it looks as if they're going to go for it. Bailey behind Mansfield. Hard count. Nothing doing now. Let's evaluate. Mansfield looking down at his wristband. Tiger defense, and this looked like a pooch kick last time. It's a slow snap. He's able to get the pooch kick away. Oh, and it's picked up there. Landon Willis. Willis across midfield to the 40 to the 35. Punt went off the side of Mansfield foot. Everybody went deep. And instead, that's Landon Willis taking it to the 35-yard line, and momentum looks like it shifted, and there's a little extracurricular flag tossed. Everybody looking at the Lee Summit sideline. Let's see what our white hat Jeff Holloway. So Jeff Holloway making the call there. Unsportsmanlike on Lee Summit. Holloway going over to the sideline to do some explaining, and now is quickly back out. It's like some basketball shorts over there on that Lee Summit sideline. I mean, I'm all for casual, but I mean, my man Colin McCade showed up in pants and a polo tonight, you know? This This is serious stuff. He's up here sweating for you guys. Running camera, doing a great job tonight. 810varsity.com. Pleased to have you with us. 17-14. Lee Summit leads, has the ball. Would have had really good field position. Now it's just okay field position. From their own 49. Still an explanation over there on the far sideline. So it looks like Tupanillo is going to be the quarterback. 5 yards back from his center. Toes on the 44. Chest high snap. Reed, run. Micah Manning. Manning. Great run across the 20. Stays in bounds and gets lit up around the 13-yard line. Wow, what a play there. 36-yard gain there. Wowzer. And Lee Summit knocking on the door again. 1st and 10 from the 12. Nice run there by Manning. A little misdirection there. Look like on the offensive line. Maybe just a misread by the Blue Springs defense. Now it's Tupanillo with Landon Willis in the backfield. Ton of Lee Summit Tigers doing a lot of things tonight. The handoff to Willis. Willis around the right side. Gobbled up by the Blue Springs defense. 10.5 to go, and now Lee Summit's like, let's take some time here. I mean, points are better, but clock management also very important. If there's one more person that's more chill than Avion Bailey in the building, I'd like to know who. He's down there on the short side on the bench, just left arm chilling, waiting to get back out there with the Blue Springs offense. Tupanillo in the shotgun. Manning left, gets the handoff. The Blue Springs defense again. Solid job. That's Nicholas Henderson. He's kind of been all over the place tonight. He's had a good game. Henderson, 6'2", 220, a junior. Looks all of 6'2" from up here. We are on the visitor sideline. That's how the press box is set up here at Lee Summit High School. So we're on the Blue Springs side, but the home crowd over there hoping for a Tiger touchdown. 3rd and 6 from the 9. Tupanillo in the shotgun. That's Manning to his left. It's a fake handoff. Tupanillo keeping it for himself. And Manning didn't like that. Instead, he's going to be short. It'll be 4th down and 3.5 or 4. And we'll see if they go with the option of the field goal. Looks like they're going to run on Troy Huffman. He had a 25-yarder earlier. Looks like he's going to be standing maybe a foot or two right of where he was earlier. Just maybe more on the right center of that upright than anybody else. Late guy running on for the Tigers for the field goal team. Somebody not ready. Belt the hold. Good hold. Laces out. Looks like he pushed it left. Huffman wide left, and Blue Springs comes up with another stop. The tough time looked like Ryan Belt almost got the laces there to Troy Huffman. That can cause a knuckleball, and it looked a little knuckly from here. Wide left, 8:39 to go in the 4th quarter. It's 17-14. Blue Springs has the ball and a chance to take the lead on the drive, or obviously tie with a field goal. Freddie Ramiro not tested on the field goal front tonight. He's 2 for 2 on extra points. Kobe Mansfield leads his team. Hasn't done a ton tonight as far as running the football, but he's led the offense well. Avion Bailey behind him. The handoff, bounces it outside. Wow, look at the man run. Around 45 to the 50, close to midfield and out of bounds. And that young man, whenever he gets the one cut and speed, he can chunk up some yards in a hurry. No flags down. It's 1st down and 10. They're going to call him out the 45-yard line. Mansfield getting the call from the sideline. Wood behind him. Bailey behind Wood. Under center, the handoff. Oh, my! Lit up in the backfield. How about Felix Anudike sending him into another stratosphere? Wow, bring the helmet, son. What a hit in the backfield. Avion Bailey had some trouble with his helmet in the first half. I'm surprised it didn't happen again. He bounced up and is fine, but met in the backfield. Somebody on that defensive scouting team for Lee Summit, the coaching staff, did a good job knowing that play. So it's 2nd and 13 from the 42. 8 minutes here to go in the game. I formation, it's Bailey on the counter. His one cut, and he's across midfield, scraping his way to the 45 and a half. We're going to be close to a first down for Blue Springs. You're going to mark it about 6 inches short, make it 3rd and a half foot. Avion Bailey trots off to the sideline. That's William Zappelli, listed as a defensive back in the backfield. I'm going to imagine we see quarterback sneak here, but I'm not a betting man, so we'll see. Mansfield under center, and quarterback sneak. Got it. According to the press box up here at Lee Summit, about 3-foot gain, which is a yard, and a first down for Blue Springs. They're on the Tiger side of the field. 7 minutes, 23 seconds here to go in the fourth quarter. 17-14, Lee Summit leads here at home, trying to avoid back-to-back losses. They lost to Staley 14-7 last week. And still Zappelli in the backfield behind Wood. Fullback counter. Wood getting about 2 there. Not a lot of explosive plays so far as in the second half, besides just Avion Bailey doing his thing. Nick Wood had a 53-yard bust-open fullback dive, I should say, in the first half to get them on the board. But now it's 2nd down and 8. Bailey back in the backfield behind Wood. The hard count, and they look over at the sideline. 2 different coaches giving plays, so take your pick. 2nd down, it's probably the guy on the left, I don't know. I formation, pitch Bailey right. Get the seal, the hurdle, wow. And around the 40 and a half yard line, close to the 39. You're gonna bring up a 3rd down and call it 4.5 or 5. Looking like Ezekiel Elliott, or trying to be. Wow, what a hurdle there. Seen him juke and spin and hurdle. He's quite a talented running back. He's had a good night tonight. Had a score here in the second half. Both the guys in the backfield behind Mansfield have had their scoring tonight for Blue Springs. Fullback dive. Wood, first down, I believe. All the way up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 6 and a first down for the Blue Springs Wildcats. Now, I said before we went to break, between the 3rd and the 4th quarter, we were going to have a good game for you. Well, a one-possession game, 6 minutes here to go. Blue Springs has the ball. It's a good game. It's a solid game so far. Both sides have played really well. Mansfield, I formation, Wood and Bailey behind him. Pitch left, Bailey. Bailey patient, Le'Veon Bell-esque, and a 5-yard pickup. He literally stopped. I mean, you don't see that often. Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line, I should say. Mansfield under center. Flex back right. It's a option. Mansfield keeps it himself. Picks up 4.5. Close to another first down. It'll be 3rd and a foot again. Kobe Mansfield leading his squad down the field. Like I said, he hadn't done a ton tonight. He's had a couple of QB sneaks. That time a option play results in a 3rd down, and we'll call it right at 1. It's very close. A couple of double nose tackles down there, but a QB sneak, the push, and he gets kind of pretzeled up there. We'll see where the line judge gives it to him. It's right on the line of the 25-yard line, and that's where the chains are at. Looks like about a foot short. Chains are maybe a little beyond that. 4th down and 1. Under 4.5 left to go. Mansfield under center. Wood, Bailey behind him. Handoff to Bailey. Bailey punches through, and he looks like he stays on his feet enough for a first down. That's just pure willpower up around the 23-yard line. The referee Jeff Holloway calls a first down. Blue Springs, the Wildcats, just outside the red zone here, 4:15. So coming into the backfield, that's William Zappelli. Mansfield under center. It's a fullback dive to Wood, and Wood gets upended. Maybe a pickup of 1. It's minimal, if that. 2nd and 9. Under 4 minutes here to go. It's 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats. Seems like they're kind of content to run the clock, maybe not even give Lee Summit a chance to get the ball back. Either win it or tie it. Got to have a lot of faith in Freddie Ramiro, but for now, it's 17-14 Tigers. Mansfield under center. Zappelli behind Wood. This time Mansfield keeps it himself, and he's open. Inside the 10 to the 5. Drags a defender. Touchdown, Wildcats. And he flexes and does it. 20-17. The quarterback leads him down the field, and that's a touchdown. The senior with a standout performance tonight, leading the team. Pending an extra point, it'll be 21-17. He is psyched. Freddie Ramiro on the kick. Cooper Willick, the holder. Willick, the hold down. Ramiro kick, good. 21-17. You like a barn burner? Well, here you go. 3:22 here to go in the fourth quarter, and Lee Summit's going to get the ball whenever we come back. You're watching high school football on 810varsity.com. And welcome back to Bud Herzog Stadium at Lee Summit High School. Blue Springs goes down the field. 21-17. The Wildcats take their first lead of the night from the Tigers here on the road, trying to bounce a 2-game winning streak. They've lost to Rockhurst, and they lost to Lee Summit North in overtime last week, 28-27. The Tigers are going to get the ball. They've had some really solid drives tonight, and we'll see if they can go to the air and dial one up again for a game-winning drive. 3:22, all 3 timeouts, or pardon me, 2 timeouts left for them. Freddie Ramiro tees it up. From the 40-yard line, a 10-pack of Wildcats at the 35 going for coverage. And there's a whistle. Looks like it's going to come back and be offsides. So those 10-pack of Wildcats wanted to get going a little early. So instead, Ramiro will kick from the 35. He's done the pooch kick all night. I don't know if they just don't want to get it deep enough. They think maybe a mistake had happened, but hasn't put it in the air once tonight, except on his extra points. Like I said, 3:22, 21-17. Blue Springs has their first lead of the evening. Ramiro now tees it up with his teammates at the 35. Teammates run from the 30, and this time it's another squib kick. That got a little bit of air, taken by an up man across the 35 to the 37. That looked like Gage Piggy getting some action. The 5'4", 143-pound senior. Good for him. Getting some action, touching the ball as a senior here in the final 3.5 minutes of a critical ball game for these guys, both trying to bounce a loss to the curb. Blue Springs trying to avoid their 3rd straight loss. So the trio of quarterbacks comes out for the Tigers. It looks like it's going to be Pearsall, 6'1", 183-pound junior. Trips to the right, top side of your screen, 2 to the left. Empty backfield, 3 down linemen for the Wildcats on the other side. rolling right, looking right, caught right, Ryan Belt, and stuck where he went. That there is going to be Colin DeShazo, the 6'3", 175-pound senior linebacker coming up to make the play. 6-yard gain, make it second and... Okay, we'll give him 7 yards, 2nd and 3. Under 3 minutes to play, 2 timeouts for the Tigers. Pearsall out of the shotgun, trips to his left, 2 to the right. Chest high snap, rolling left, looking left, sets his feet, going deep, has a man, open, caught! Wow, Micah Manning caught that and got nailed. Stephon Black, the second, nailed him, but able to hold his water and make the catch at the 16. Wow. Hands on his hips because he knows he might have just won the game for his teammates. What a throw by Pearsall as well to set his feet. You see that quarterback make that troubling throw more often than not. Instead, he sets his feet, does the smart thing to throw it deep, and a busted coverage there. 2 timeouts left for the Tigers. The home side coming alive. Neon shirts for all the students over there for Lee Summit. Tupanillo now at quarterback. Landon Willis stands at his left at the 17. The handoff to Willis. Willis trying to get the edge. Tries to get the edge. He does get the edge. He's on his feet. Wow, got nailed over on the far side. What a hit by Brandon Fleming over there. The 5'10", 165-pound senior just destroyed him, laid him off his feet, but gets the first down. Willis, first down and 10. It's going to be first down and goal. Looks they're down at the 6-yard line. And the Tigers are knocking at the door, but do they score too fast here? I mean, at this point, it's 2:12 left in the game. I don't think you worry about that. You just worry about getting the points on the board. Ryan Belt under center for the first time in a while at quarterback. I formation, handoff up the middle, and stuffed at the line. Maybe got a yard. Ball inbounds. Clock continues to roll. This will be second down and goal from the 5. Adrian Block had a score in the first half. 6'4" sophomore. Staying there with the hands on the hips. Belt, Tupanino, and Willis. Belt under center. The flying V in the backfield. Tupanino 2.5 yards behind it. Snap to Belt. To Tupanino. Stood up at the line again. Maybe a gain of an eyelash or something, but nothing doing. And it's going to be a timeout called. Saving some time. $1:22 left to go. It's going to be third down and goal. And a timeout for Blue Springs. That's what Jeff Holloway's telling us. In case you're just joining us, it's been a heck of a ball game. 21-17. Blue Springs taking the lead just a moment ago on a Kobe Mansfield touchdown. He pulled it on an option play. So their first lead of the night's 21-17. Since then, the Lee Summit Tigers driven down the field. And now they're knocking at the door. Third and goal from the 5. Minute 22 to go. Now I'm wondering about the timeout that Blue Springs is taking. Is it defense as far as they want time in case the Tigers score? I understand that. You're also giving Lee Summit and head coach Eric Thomas a chance to think it over. Ryan Belt has taken the last 2 snaps under center. He's primarily played wide receiver, and also he's been a holder tonight on the special teams. Split out way left is Micah Manning. Manning's had some great plays tonight. Ryan Belt, I formation. Behind him is Landon Willis. It's a roll left. Wide open, and he missed him. Wow, Adrian Block could have stood there. Instead, Ryan Belt just threw it too hard. It's a minute 18 left. 21-17. He drew up the right play. I mean, my goodness, he doesn't get more wide open than that. It's 4th and 5, and it looks like there'll be a timeout. Tigers now. 21-17. Blue Springs. Nobody's left the stadium, which is a good thing. High school football enjoys a good game. Blue Springs trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. Like I said, they lost to Lee Summit North last week, 28-27 in overtime. And Lee Summit lost their first game of the year last week to Staley, 14-7. So it's all about the redemption time here. It's 4th and 5. 118. Got the home field, home crowd advantage if you're Lee Summit. You also have the momentum if you're Blue Springs. So what do you do if you're head coach Eric Thomas? We're about to get the answer. Both sides rise to their feet. Tupanillo going to be in the shotgun set. Ryan Belt in the slot left. Pearsall, the other quarterback, he's going to take the snap instead. Rolling left, looking left, sets his feet, throws, caught! Did he get in? Yes, he did! Touchdown, Ryan Belt! What a throw by Pearsall. And Ryan Belt just willed the Tigers to the pylon for the touchdown. 23-21. Tigers on 4th and 5. Home crowd go bananas. Away crowd on where the press box is, not too happy. Press box went nuts, I can tell you that. So it's a 2-point lead right now for Lee Summit. 1:12 left, 2 timeouts. Nothing's impossible, but you got to think that could be it. Ryan Belt now, he has to calm down and hold the extra point. I mean, geez, give the man a break. Played quarterback a couple plays that drive, and then he catches the winning touchdown, possibly. It's Troy Huffman. He bobbles the snap, and it's no good. Oh, boy. Troy Huffman. There's another interesting hold, and he tugged it left. So it's 23-21. Lee Summit leads at home. You going anywhere? We're going to be back here in just a moment on 810varsity.com.
Summit needs insurance, home, auto, or life. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance has been there. Birch delivers a promise for the future and protection from the unknown, dedicated to making sure you have the right coverage to fit your individual needs. Call Wayne at 816-525-5012. That's 816-525-5012. Wayne Birch of Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud supporter of Lee Summit area athletics.
Bud Herzog Stadium at Lee Summit High School. If you've been anywhere else, where the heck have you been on a Friday night? 23-21, Lee Summit takes the lead. Ryan Belt willing his way from Pearsall's throw on a 4th and 5 to touch the pylon and a score. So now, Jacob Marachek has it teed up at the 40. 1:12 left, 2 timeouts for Blue Springs, and it's a squib kick taken by an up man and just knelt upon. That's number 42, Christian Mendez, I believe, covering that up. Smart guy. If he didn't feel confident in returning it, don't return it. So that's going to be 72 yards. The Wildcats have to go in 1:10. A field goal can win it for them. Freddie Ramiro, he's 3 for 3 on his extra points tonight. So where do you get him? He's standing down here on the right side of the field at the 25.5, thinking about a chance at winning the ball game. Ramiro's a junior, 5'11", 155, the kicker for Blue Springs. But for now, the offense has got to do their job. Kobe Mansfield led him down the field last time. Avion Bailey behind him. A very run-heavy team. Let's see if they go to the air at all here. Man in motion. Counter play. Instead, it's a play action. Going deep. Looking for his man. Feet get tangled for Patso Tapusoa. Oh, pardon me. That was Cooper Willick. I apologize. All I saw was the 1, not the 21. 1 minute, 5 seconds. Second down and 10 doesn't necessarily matter. They're going to go for it if it gets to fourth down. 2 timeouts for Blue Springs. They messed up the line of scrimmage there. So Mansfield steps into the shotgun. Bailey to his right. Trips to the bottom side of your screen. Tapu Soa to the top. Belt high snap. Finds his man, and he gets out of bounds. Michael Schoen, 6'2", 180-pound senior, picks up 7. Makes it 3rd and 3, 59.4 seconds here to go in the game. Nick Wood checks in. Do you really run the football here for a first down? 2 timeouts left. Certainly looks like it, bringing in Nick Wood. Mansfield under center. The pitch to Bailey. Bailey left, 1 cut across the 40. First down, call it the 41. Close to breaking it, moving the chain, stops the clock. Schoen checks in for Wood. Time will start as soon as they move the sticks. And it does right now. Mansfield out of shotgun, trips right. Bailey to his right as well. Counter, instead it's play action. Finds Willick. Willick gets lit up. And he caught it. Close to a first down. He is at a first down. It'll move the chains. 45 seconds here to go in the ball game. What a catch there by Willick. And a good throw there by Mansfield as well. Certainly has the arm power. Just they don't show it a whole lot. Passing stats will improve tonight because of this one drive possibly. Mansfield out of shotgun. Bailey to the right. Trips right. Solo left. Play action again. Finds Schoen. Schoen out of bounds. Pickup of 4.5 at the 44-yard line. 34.8 seconds left in the ball game. 2 timeouts. If you like good football, this is the place to be. If you're tuning in, maybe getting in your car after one of the other games tonight, maybe tune in to 810 WHB for the game of the week, Liberty and Liberty North. Well, here you go. Here's another game of the week for you. Mansfield, I formation. Wood behind him, Bailey behind him. Rolling left, looking deep. He has Willick. Willick, oh, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Oh, and he knows it too. He knows it, and he's disappointed. Wow. What a throw by Mansfield. I mean, you got to give it to him. That's a heck of a throw under pressure. It doesn't get much more pressure than less than 30 seconds, trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak. This team, well thought of in the preseason, 810 Varsity.com, top 25. A couple of losses have slipped them back, but you can see the talent. And also Lee Summit has had a heck of a game tonight. The home crowd got involved as well. So Mansfield steps into the shotgun, now goes under center. There's going to be a timeout called. Who called the timeout here? Lee Summit's going to think it over. Their final timeout, I believe. 28.9 seconds. Man. 3rd and 7. So what do you do if you're Kelly Donahue, head coach of the Blue Springs Wildcats? You have Avion Bailey in the backfield. We haven't seen any in the receiving game. Doesn't mean he can't do it. But where do you dig down in your playbook here to go? Mansfield has a rushing touchdown here in the second half, so each of the guys that have started in the backfield for the Wildcats have a touchdown. That's Mansfield, Wood, and Bailey. And they all step out there on 3rd down and 7. Less than 30 seconds here to go in the ball game. Mansfield under center. Wing back to the left. I formation. A receiver to each side. Now looking at a screen pass. That's Tapu Soa. Tapu Soa across the 35. First down. 20 seconds. Once the chains move, the time will start. Tapu Soa, first reception of the night. Chains slowly move. And the referee, Jeff Holloway, raised the hand. You saw the defensive tackle almost dive in and make an interception there. You've seen it before. Austin Spencer That's a linebacker there. Try to dive in for the spike, and if he would have caught that, that would have been very interesting. Instead, it's a spike. 2nd and 10 with 19.6 seconds remaining. There's 2 timeouts left for Kelly Donahue and the Blue Springs Wildcats. They've tried Cooper Willick a couple of times. See if they go back to him here. He's on the bottom side of your screen, wide side of the field for Mansfield. I formation, wing back right. Looking again, and a sack will be insane. Instead, Mansfield stays on his feet. He jukes out one and not going to do anything. There's 10 seconds left in the ball game. They're going to have to take a timeout. You cannot take a sack in that instance, and Mansfield goes backwards. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's a costly 10 seconds. They're going to have to take a timeout. Now you got to think about, well, going in the middle of the field and getting an easy catch and, well, trying to put it on Freddie Ramiro. Each team thinking it over. Eric Thomas, the head coach of the Lee Summit Tigers. Kelly Donahue, the head coach of the Blue Springs Wildcats. Both teams trying to bounce a loss. Like I said, 2-game losing streak for Blue Springs. And Lee Summit lost last week, their first of the season to Staley. 10.5 seconds, 23-21, Lee Summit at home. 1 timeout left for Blue Springs. They've tried Cooper Willick a couple of times. They tried Tapu Soa earlier in the drive, got him a first down. Now you got to think this is their last play before a field goal. What do? You only have time for 2 plays. One of those has got to be a field goal or a touchdown. Mansfield under center. Bailey single back behind. Fake the handoff. Looking deep. It's Willick. Throws it the wrong direction. Willick went inside. Ball went outside. 4.8 remaining. Well, now it's touchdown or bust. You had 1 timeout. Wonder if you take it here because you can't take it home with you. The 15-mile bus ride back to Blue Springs High School. The Neon student section is moving. I'm just curious. Well, what's the plan here? I think I know what the plan is here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. The timeout has been called. Mansfield the first over to get water. Offensive line for Blue Springs has been yelling at each other since that sack. They weren't happy about that. That was Conrad Rowley, 6'4", 290-pound senior down there, screaming back and forth. Just shows you how much that they wanted. Bo Stevens, 6'6", 320 sophomore, is a big boy down there. They were yelling at each other for the sack. So it's 4.8 seconds. It's 4th and 10 from the 33. We just saw a ball from Mansfield make it to the end zone. Tapu Soa has 1 reception on the night. He was 13 yards on this drive to get him a first down. Cooper Willick has been the target, unable to hook up lately. So here we go. Ball game at hand. There's a free safety out there, and he's standing at the goal line. 4.8 seconds. Bailey to the left of Mansfield. Schoen, Willick to the right. Claps his hands. Belt high snap. Looks left. Throwing up top. Ball's in the air, and he caught it. Wow! You gotta be kidding me. Tapu Soa for the win. Blue Springs walk-off touchdown. Game. Patso Tapu Soa from Mansfield, 33-yard touchdown. Have a memory, kids. 27-23, the score. The sideline goes bananas, so flags are everywhere. They have to kick the extra point. Doesn't matter, they can take a knee if they want to, but Mansfield is on cloud 9. What have we witnessed? Lee Summit goes down and scores. Ryan Belt thinks he has the win, and Mansfield drives his team down. Tapu Soa with the victory. can officially call game as long as they don't do something crazy here, which would only be 2 points for Lee Summit. Everything's calmed down here. It was close to the band is on the field Stanford moment, but we're all right. The entire Blue Springs Wildcat team is back over on the sideline. This press box got empty in a hurry. I hate to say it. Tapu Soa, man. He's trotting out there. He's happy. This is a victory formation. The Flying V. Mansfield takes the snap, takes a knee. That is the ball game. 27-23. Your final score. The Blue Springs Wildcats shake off a 2-game losing streak. Mansfield runs off the field, grabs a towel, and is going to remember this one forever. He'll be 75 in his rocking chair talking about this one to his grandkids. Patso Tapu Soa, the man we needed the name pronunciation for before the game, is the hero. 27-23, your final score. For Colin McCage running the camera, doing a great job tonight, I'm Jonathan Plasek. You have watched high school football on 810varsity.com. Drive safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
School sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.